What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween. As you can see, I'm a Cubs player. We got a Bears player over here. We're going to get right into things. This is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode. This whole month has been very, very slow. Not very much boxing outside of ring our cornermen fighting Juanma Lopez, which is nuts. We're going to go right in, talk about the fight coming up this weekend. Manny Pacquiao versus Jessie Vargas. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not really that excited about the fight. Jesse, well, the thing, I mean, there are things to be excited about, but I have already made up in my mind that even a faded Manny Pacquiao is much better than Jesse Vargas. Vargas is good. The win that really put him over was the Saddam Ali win, and as good of a fighter we think Saddam can be, he was still unproven. We didn't really know much about him.
That's true.
You know, he didn't really have that one big win. He had kind of been the boogeyman for a little bit. It seemed like he was on the cusp of getting a bigger fight, and then, it never came to fruition. So I think he had that going for him, but he never really proved himself. So Jesse Vargas, we saw Jesse Vargas look pretty much lost against Timothy Bradley in his loss. What was that, 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half? So
he did knock Timothy Bradley out according to the. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. We had that podcast discussion. But when it's all said and done, I think Manny's going to be too fast for him. I think there's going to be too much in and out movement. It's just something that he's never seen before, and we saw him at the highest level have a lot of trouble with Tim Bradley. And I'm not trying to knock Tim Bradley. If you guys have listened, he's one of my favorite fighters, if not my favorite fighter. So I like him a lot, but Manny's just on a different level. I think even a faded one, he's too fast. His feet are too good. And I don't think Vargas has the power to hurt Manny, like someone like Marquez did. So what do you think, Dennis?
Well, you know what? The reasons I had to find a reason to make myself excited for it, because when I first heard it, I was just like, this is a smart move by Bob Arum. He wants to continue to let Manny fight, and this is one of those fights that you can almost assure that he would get a win. Nothing bad, nothing. I'm not saying anything negative about Vargas, but there's just levels to this.
Right.
Vargas is a B+ level. Manny is A level. He's at the top of the mountain. And Vargas is really good. Manny is great. You know what I mean?
Right.
Manny is almost there. He's special. You're not going to see, you may never see another Manny Pacquiao, but that's what I'm saying. So that goes with Vargas. What I had to make myself excited about was this guy, Dewey Copper. His trainer,
Yeah.
the Black Cobra guy. He seems to know how to get the best out of his guy. With the training, the way he's training them. He has this, I watched on YouTube his training methods and how he got this guy. He looks like he's found a way to make Vargas utilize the power he had, because we all know Vargas can crack, as we see what happened with Bradley.
Yeah.
Even though Bradley was winning like 11 rounds straight, you know what I mean? But we knew Vargas had that power, but he's figured out a way to incorporate that power with Vargas boxing. So Vargas is not just looking for one shot, but he's now creating those shots.
Right.
That's what makes this fight exciting. It's Manny too old now? Has Manny lost a step now?
Yeah.
And if so, will this guy Dewey Copper be able to bring the best out of Vargas to make him get a win? I just like the way he's talking. I know everybody has to talk, to talk about the fight. But I like the way he's talking. He's saying, you know what makes it exciting for me is saying, they're not going to try to pull a Chris Algieri and try to be a master boxer. You're not going to try to out-finesse him. We're coming to destroy Manny Pacquiao. We're coming in there and we're trying to get a knockout, period.
Yeah.
And that can make for a great show when you got a guy like Manny Pacquiao that will not stop coming, will not stop throwing punches. So you got a guy that's coming just to throw the hardest, biggest punches to get him out of there. I think it's going to be a really good fight. But nonetheless, Manny will be Manny, and he will win.
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. But I think it's going to be a better fight for most people giving it credit for. This is going to be one of those fights, all the super fights, where we're like, dang, I didn't expect it to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We knew, but we didn't expect it to be every round we're on the edge of our seat, like, oh! I just got a feeling it might end up being one of those type of fights. And I'm hoping so. I could be wrong. It could be a dud. And we could wind up with this fight, this fight can wind up looking like Brandon Rios versus Manny, where it was like a speed bag versus a puncher's bag, right? You know what I mean? Boom, 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 and the guy standing still can't catch him. Boom, 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 guy standing still can't catch him. It can look like that.
Yeah.
Or we can get in this tighter fight, which I hope.
Yeah, honestly I'm leaning a lot more towards the Brandon Rios side. I don't think Vargas just is ready for that. And even if we've seen him against other top guys other than Tim Bradley, just his skill set, I don't think is on Manny's level. The only thing that intrigues me is to see what Manny has left. Like you said, did he lose a step? You know, did he lose a little bit of power? And I mean, we saw in his last few fights, he got to Floyd a few times, so he hurt him in the fourth. He knocked down Bradley 2 or 3 times and hurt him, so his power's still there and his speed seems to still be there.
Manny's only motivation to keep fighting, he just wants that Floyd fight again. He just wants that rematch.
Right, and that's what it seems like. So,
do you think he'll ever get that? Do you honestly think Floyd to say, I need a 50th win? Well, it's, you know, the money's going to be great.
Right.
We'll all tune in again for it.
If Floyd does come back, I think that's the logical choice. I think that's who he will fight. He's not going to go up and fight Golovkin, and there's really no one else. I mean, maybe if Thurman beats
Garcia,
right? That's what I was gonna say. If Thurman beats Garcia, I can definitely see him coming back for that one. But there's not very many names right now for him to come back. But the winner of Thurman Garcia can be the name to do it. But obviously, Manny's still the second biggest name behind Floyd, even though Floyd's retired in the sport. So, I mean, I don't know, man. There's just not. I'm not all that excited. And you know, maybe I'm not that excited is because I haven't really watched the fight this month. There hasn't been much boxing, so I'm kind of getting back into it.
Right. There has been, odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It feels really weird. But the thing is, I felt very excited for, you know, mediocre fights or even like lopsided fights because it's like, oh, it's just another week. You know what I mean? We just had this fight last week. Now we got this one. So I'm getting back into that groove, man. Having a month off felt weird. It felt really weird. So maybe that's part of the reason. But I am intrigued to see what Manny has left. And just like you said, though, Vargas can crack. So if he catches Manny with, you know, with an overhand right, he could hurt him. So we can definitely see what's going on there. But I don't have much more thoughts, man. I just think he's better. I think it's going to come down to footwork. I think that's when it's going to really come down to. He couldn't cut off the ring against Tim Bradley. I don't think he's going to be able to handle the in and out movement, you know, when Manny's there 1 second and then he's gone the next. I think that's going to be too much for Vargas to handle. He doesn't have that great of timing when it comes to that. But speaking of, since we mentioned his name already, we brought up Brandon Rios. Now, me and you had an offline conversation. Me and you had an offline conversation a few days ago, right? That revolved around Victor Ortiz and Brandon Rios. Now it's looking like the fight is coming closer and closer to fruition, in which I'm semi-excited for. I feel like this fight should have been made years ago. It would have been much better. But with that being said, it seems like you never have a bad fight with brawlers, whether they're in their prime or lost a step. If anything, you get a better fight when they have lost a step, right? The only thing I'm concerned about is, I mean, we saw Vic just quit too much, man. We saw it in the Berto fight. He looked great the first few rounds. He gets caught with one big shot, and it's not to say, man, he could have been hurt enough to not be able to get up, to not continue fighting, right? But it just seems like as soon as he gets hit with something, it's like you can see it in his facial expression, like, okay, that's it, I'm done. It's time to wrap it up. Like, there's no even wanting. He can't even fake it. He can't even get up and fake like he's ready to keep going. It is, I don't know, his heart just doesn't seem to be there. His heart doesn't seem to be in boxing anymore. I guess I'm 50-50 right now, but once the fight gets made, I might convince myself to be excited about it. What do you think?
Well, okay, a few things. Well, I was a Victor Ortiz fan because of the potential he had, the skills he had.
Same.
But you know what? Like, even in the last fight, I'm going to jump right away. Like, the way he quit. Because when the ref asked, he got up and the ref said, do you want to continue? Like, look, the ref completely tricked him. He thought he was going to stop it.
Yeah.
And when he got up and took his time, like at 9, he thought the ref was going to wave it off. The ref was like, no, do you want to continue? And he looks at him and he goes, he puts his head down.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I guess he doesn't want to fight.
Yeah.
That's quitting.
Yeah.
He just quit. He doesn't have, and this thing, Victor Ortiz is, as you call him, he's a mental midget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just doesn't have that thing in his mind. Like, like, he can give it, but he can't take it. The minute he starts taking it, he's out of there. You know what? I'd rather go home, get my paycheck, and do Dancing with the Stars or something. That's just seems to be his mentality. But only for this fight, there's so much hate and disgust and history there. And I know it's going to get nasty. Like, Brandon Rios was talking about how it's going to get nasty in a press conference. They might have to have, like, a gate between them. I think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I can see Brandon just acting a nut. You know what I mean? So I think maybe if this, and this is my thing, if this cannot push Vic to say, I won't quit, then you know what? I got to say this. I'm going to say this. Victor Ortiz should never professionally ever fight again if he quits in his fight. If he gets that, or if he gets hurt, and he does that whole, like he doesn't know where he's at when we know you're fine, you can fight.
Yeah.
If he does that whole thing again, if he doesn't retire, I'll never watch it. I don't care who he's fighting. I will never watch it. He can be fighting on my back porch. I'll turn on Showtime or something or watch something. I'm not like this is it. This is it. He either has to, if you for a grudge match, I heard Guns was involved. Brandon Rios' wife was involved. Stuff when as a kid. Like if you can't fight for this, if you can't, even if you lose, if you can't go in there and grit it for this, I never want to see Victor Ortiz fight in any fashion. I don't. But I'm hoping that I know Brandon Rios because he has so much disgust for this guy. He's going to try to, like you said, it's not going to be pretty. He's going to try to hurt this kid. I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Rios pull a Mike Tyson and bit his ear or something.
Yeah.
For real.
That's
I really want to see this.
Yeah, that's the one thing that does intrigue me is that there's so much bad blood. So I'm in the same boat as you. Mm-hmm. If Victor can't get up for this fight, of all fights,
right? For this one,
especially no, but that's what makes me pessimistic though, because there was a lot of bad blood between him and Berto. You know, after he beat him the first time, Berto accused him.
He was scared of Berto because, like, I know the only reason I say because Berto said like how when he see him, he's gonna smack him, and then Brandon Rios is like, Victor Ortiz is like, yeah, I saw him in the movie thing. I just want to tell him like, hey, bro, we're cool. I don't have any beef with you, you know.
Yeah,
it's so cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like backing down, like, because he didn't want Victor Ortiz. I mean, he didn't want Andre Berto to like do something harm to him.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like he was backing down off of that. But this is like he's studied been talking. Like he even said, yeah, I'm Brandon Rios' daddy. He know whose daddy is. Like if you're gonna talk that now, you better not quit when you get in the ring. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, man, because it's two brawlers. They don't like each other. They have a very personal history. It's not like these dudes have been taking shots on Twitter. You know, like Victor Ortiz was in that camp for years and slept. He had a guest room with Brandon's trainer. I mean, so
they know each other since they were kids. I mean, like they was in high school. Like Brandon Rios was talking about it. Like if you get in, if you can't, they know each other inside out. They sparred. Brandon Rios, how he made him cry. You know what I'm saying? Like they know each other. If you can't, you should hate this dude. You should be able to fight your heart out for this one. If you never fight anybody else hard, you should fight hard for this.
I agree.
Do you want to have bragging? That's what I'm saying. Do you want that guy that's that close to you to have bragging rights? Like, yeah, I told you it was nothing. I beat you all the time. I beat you now. You know what? It's a pride thing as a man.
And it's not like it's a friendly rivalry either, though. I mean, he's going to get, like, if Rios wins that fight, he's going to get on ES News and just go nuts, like, keep talking shit. He's not going to stop. You know, so, I mean, if he...
Like, we shake hands, we're cool now. No, it's like, I told you he was a punk. I told you, that's like, you gotta show up for this.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. I agree. If he didn't show up for this, I barely want to...
Who do you think they should have on the undercard?
Say it again.
Who do you think they should have on the undercard for this? Like another grudge match? I think another grudge match would be Kareem Mayfield. I think Kareem Mayfield's all but washed up. He just can't seem to win a real fight. I mean, no disrespect. I respect all fighters, but when it comes to big fights, he just can't win a big fight. I think he's now leading to the journey. He's like a journeyman status. And then Hank Lundy, it's almost the same type of issue with Hank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's had his big shots and he can't win them. He can't win the Crawfords. He can't win the fights that matter to do something.
Yeah, that would be a good fight too.
Always had rivalry. Remember? Yeah. So I think it'd be good if they can get like Lundy versus Kareem Mayfield on there. Like, because you remember if everybody go back and see outside the square circle interview where Hank Lundy went off and was like, I don't want to fight him. He's scared of me. He don't want none of this. He said it on here. He wants that fight. So that fight being brewing too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be a great undercard fight. I mean, it depends. Honestly, Rios versus Ortiz might be an undercard fight. Depending on what they have. Because I don't know how well that could headline. I mean, if it's in California, I think it can. I think they'd sell decent in California, but anywhere else, I don't think it would. I don't think you can put that in Vegas, even with a solid undercard. But that would be a good card, though. I would watch that. I would definitely watch that one.
I vision this on Spike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Spike, FS1, something like that.
You throw this yeah, exactly. You throw this. You put like another grudge match on there, and trust me, it'll do numbers. People will tune in. All fight fans will tune in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's pretty much what it is. We got lastly, is there anything else you want to touch on the sport of boxing? Okay, look. It just popped in my mind. How are you feeling about, speaking of Terrence Crawford versus John Molina? We could just, last issue. How are you feeling about that?
Honestly, I don't like the fight at all. I think it's a really it's because my thing is, had this been maybe a year or two ago, I'd be like, okay, solid. But we saw what Terrence Crawford does at the highest level. He beat Postol from, pillar to post. That wasn't a fight. I didn't give Postol. I think I gave Postol 1 round, and that was because I felt bad. Crawford is a bad man. And the thing was, going into the fight, I had it 50-50. Going in, I can't say really 50-50 because I slightly favored Crawford, so it was like 55-45. But that's a bad dude. He could fight in so many styles. He's so versatile. And especially someone that's just going to come forward like John Molina. If John Molina tries to box like he did against Provodnikov, he's gonna get killed. And if he comes forward, he's gonna get knocked out. It's just not. I don't see.
I don't think that's the thing. John Molina has a solid chin. Will he be knocked out?
I think he will, man.
That's my thing.
Crawford.
We've seen this. Fights like the best fights is when somebody's willing to engage, and Crawford is a killer. Crawford's gonna engage and give him what he wants.
Yeah.
And then, but you also know Crawford starts off slow, and Crawford has been rocked. He has been rocked by Gamboa. So he's been rocked a few times. So I just want to know. Look, and make no mistake about it, Crawford's gonna win. But will he make a good fight? I don't want people confused that.
Right.
Will John Molina be able to do like he did with the Matisse fight and make it a life or death fight? Will he be able to do like he did with the last fight in Provo? Will he be able to do like Molina? Will he be able to do like Mickey Bay? Mickey Bay was beating the life out of John Molina. Then he hit him with one good boom, and it was over. Those are the little things that make you say, okay, I kind of want to see this.
Yeah.
Even though we know the result, will he get a chance to hit Crawford with something to make us go, ooh, okay? And you know what I mean? That's
right.
And plus, I think he's earned it. After that fight against Provodnikov, I agree. He's really gonna get that fight. He earned it.
I agree. I still think next year, if Crawford stays at 140, I need Broner. I need Broner and Crawford to happen. Because Broner, I
think it has to.
It has to. That's a great fight. That's probably the best fight at 140, if we're being honest. So that's what I want. But I do want him to move up as well. Even though he doesn't have that many fights at 140, 147, man, that would be.
I want to see at 140. I really want to see, because I keep hearing about this guy, the guy that has the IBF. I don't know his name. I can't pronounce it.
He beat Shane Mosley. I know who you're talking. Yeah. I can't pronounce his name either.
That beat Shane Mosley.
Yeah. Yes. I believe that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
I really want to see, because I heard people say he's really good, and really want to see him. He has the IBF title, and I would like to see Broner get his WBA back from Ricky Burns, and then maybe Broner. Listen, in my mind, after he does that, Broner decides to unify, and maybe he wins the IBF title from that guy, and then it's Broner IBF and WBA versus Terrence Crawford's WBO and WBC title.
Yeah, or honestly,
so that's like the winner for all the belts.
Yeah,
the winner takes all the belts for 140. That's in my mind. It makes sense.
No, it does make sense. The one thing, I think the only flaw in that is that he would have to fight 4 times then next year. So I think what I would do, he has a fight lined up in February, and then after that, probably in like May or June, hopefully he gets Ricky Burns, so he gets the WBA. And then once he gets that, then you figure like December or November, he can fight Crawford for the belts. And then the IBF can just kind of sit there. I'm not worried about that. I just want that fight to mean a little bit more if they do fight.
I just wanted, I kind of like my champions the way, even though Danny Garcia, because he's guarded.
And he's fighting Thurman, though.
I kind of like, you know what? Until they step on the scales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
But I give, if it's gonna happen, I give Danny his props, because Danny was the man at 140. He was just that, he couldn't get no higher. Then he just saying to go down. But I kind of like my champions the way Danny Garcia was at 140. He went and got all the belts. He started with the WBC, then he beat Khan, then he eventually got on the IBF from Lamont. He go get all. If you're the guy.
Yeah.
We watched Floyd do it to 2 weight divisions. He held like 2 different belts at the 54. That's how much I like my champion to say, I'm going to get them all. And that seems to be Earl Spence missing. And he wants to get them all.
Yeah.
If you're the champion, take all these. But you know what? That's the only reason I want like this. Before I go, I want to see GGG move to 168. But I respect the fact he's saying I want every single title, then I go up. And I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
I got no problem with him. Now he has the WBC saying, you know what? Before I go up, Billy Joe Saunders, let me get that off your hip.
Right.
Cannot go up.
Right.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, guys, but like I said, this one's a little shorter than usual. Usually we're about 20 extra minutes. We got some things to tend to. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Again, happy Halloween. Hopefully you, if you have kids, you took them out trick-or-treating. You get to steal some of their candy. All that good stuff. Hey, and we're looking forward to Manny Pacquiao fighting Golovkin after this fight. So you guys have a good Halloween.
Shout out to diehard boxing fans. Much love to you guys. They share our stuff. We love y'all. Peace out.